What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about my new blue collar or dirty work, whatever you want to consider it, everyday carry option. This is what I've been carrying, and I absolutely love it. I think I've made the right decision, and we're going to get into why. But first, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know. Are you guys in the trades? What do you do for your work? What do you carry? Are you allowed to carry on your jobs? A lot of people don't carry simply because they have a larger firearm and it's uncomfortable, or they worry about printing. That's where something like this comes in. My Smith & Wesson M&P40 Shield 2.0. Now, what is so awesome about getting a 40, which so many people talk down on, is you can convert this to 357 SIG and 9mm reliably. Keyword, reliably. Now, you can go with companies like KKM Precision, Rem Sport, Barstow. They all make great conversion barrels. So literally, if you don't like the 40, you can get a 357 SIG, and that's what I'm doing here. So this right here with the Mag Guts kit is 7 + 1 of 40. But yet, it's still very thin, very light, has the hinge trigger, but the hinge trigger on Shields is actually pretty fast on the 2.0s. You can really let the mag go. But I'm converting this to 357 SIG. Think about that. This is a single stack shield, very light, and it's going to have 7 + 1 of 357 SIG. In the wintertime, when everyone's wearing coats, if I ever have to defend myself, this is a true pocket rocket. This is something I can conceal, something I can have on me at all times, something I won't feel outgunned with, and chances are when I'm working, I'm going to be in a safe environment. I'm going to be with people I get along with and stuff like that. But I always carry something, and there's a reason for that. You never know when stuff's going to pop off, and my goal at the end of the day is to make it home to my wife and kids, and not leave them fatherless. So I'm always going to have something on me, regardless of what I'm told, regardless of the rules. It is what it is, because what really matters at the end of the day is what is the law. And so as long as I'm not breaking the law, I'm going to carry. As long as I'm not breaking state law, I will have something on me. And that's why, like I said, I carry something small, something thin, something that can fit in my pocket. I carry this with a Vetter pocket locker holster in my pocket. And like I said, I don't feel outgunned or anything. Then when I get home and I'm going to do a different activity, then I switch over, right? Then I switch over to my Hellcat or my Glock 26 or my P10S, that whole sort of thing. But for during the day, I don't go with a pocket pistol because pocket pistols are cheaper and they just can't handle the amount of moisture that's going to be in my pocket from sweating and stuff like that. They also can't take the gunk, the buildup, the wood shavings, the glue, the primer, the powder, the dust in the air, all that. They just can't handle it as well. Whereas the Shield has been around for so long, parts availability is everywhere. Literally, you can buy 10 parts kits for this whole firearm, and as stuff wears out from getting dirty or beat up or so on, you can literally just swap it in and out. And that's why I think the Shield 40, it definitely is a better pocket choice than my FN503. My FN503 is one of my favorite handguns of all time. I absolutely love it. That was my old work carry. But at the same time, when I wanted new parts for it, because I've carried it for so long and I was nervous about the wear and tear I've put on it, I had to send it away to get new parts in it, right? Whereas the Shield, literally, you can order parts kits anywhere and have 10 of them and just swap out as you go. On top of that, very easy to clean, very easy to maintain. Like I said, you can convert it to 3 different calibers. So it's just the best of both worlds. You have something small and light, but you have something powerful and that you can protect yourself with. And like I said, if it really came down to it, I carry a backup mag and some ammo armor to protect my magazines. I always keep a backup mag. If it really came down to it, I can defend myself with this as long as I'm training with it at the range and shooting it and really learn the recoil of the 357 SIG out of such a small platform right here. But shout out to Chook. He has a channel on YouTube, and he's out in Alaska. And his everyday carry is the M&P40 Shield with a 357 SIG barrel in it. And that's out in Alaska. So I think that says a lot. And he got rid of his 43X for it. He got rid of a bunch of everyday carry options for that 40, although he chambered it in 357 SIG with the same exact barrel I ordered. So it's absolutely a great firearm for everyday carry at work, something thin, light, that has parts availability, that has power. You cannot go wrong with the Smith & Wesson M&P40 Shield. Oh yeah, and another thing I want to mention. If you're one of those people that gets worried about beating up your firearm, which I do too, right? I have some Safe Queens. I have firearms I never touch. I have firearms that I just love the way they look, or builds. I love the way they look that I'm afraid to shoot them. But for something like this, a work carry, I don't mind beating this thing up. And it's $300 and you got 5 mags. Came with 2 mags, but right now Smith & Wesson is having a rebate for 3 extra mags. So I got this set up with 5 mags for $300. You cannot beat that. And do I feel bad about beating up a $300 firearm? No, I don't. Because in the end of the day, if it works, if it runs, then I don't care what it looks like, especially as my work carry. I know it's going to get beat up. And once again, 100% reliable, and it shoots the rounds that I like. I like civil liberty defense rounds because they're powerful yet light, and that's what I'm going to. I want to be comfortable at work, so I want something light. And they run the tumble upon impacts from Fort Scott, which I also run. They're not as light, but I do run them in some mags. And they also run Underwood Extreme Defenders, which are my favorite round. It literally runs everything. It saves some weight. So when I switch over to 357 SIG, I'm going to be running Underwood ammo, and Civil Liberty Defense will retest the firearm to make sure it's good to go. But this thing just eats everything and loves it, and it's been 100% reliable. And it's not as snappy as people think. You would think a 40 and something like this, or 357 SIG in a small firearm like this, a light firearm like this, is going to be extremely snappy. It's really not. It's very manageable. So that is my new blue collar everyday carry work choice. Like I said, carry it in a better pocket locker holster. It's the way to go. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching.